Please start interview.
Absolutely. Let's begin. Tell me about yourself, your background, skills, and the projects you've worked on.
Hello, my name is Dipanshu. I am a full stack developer from Delhi. I completed my diploma in computer engineering from EIT, followed by my graduation in BCA. After that, I joined IntelliPath's full stack development course, and now I am focused on MERN Stack development. I use React and Tailwind for my front end, Node.js and Express for my back end, and for my database, I use MongoDB. One of my recent projects is personal finance tracking app that extract data from PDF and so categorize spending through visual representation on dashboard. Right now, I am focused on to improving my backend skills and work on enhancing my communication, aiming for a full-time role in full stack development.
Thank you for sharing that. Now, let's move to the next question. Could you give me a real life example of closure in JavaScript and explain how it's useful?
A closure is a JavaScript feature where an inner function can access the variable of its outer function even after outer function has finished executing. One of real life example of closure is data hiding. For example, in a bank account application, the user balance we keep user balance variable private and return few methods like deposit or get balance. And after outer function has finished execution, these methods still can access the value of balance, and this all happen because of closure.
Great explanation. Now let's shift gears a bit. Can you walk me through what the event loop is in JavaScript and how it works?
JavaScript is a single threaded language and it can perform only one task at a time. Event loop helps JavaScript to perform or handle async operation like API calls, timer, etc. without blocking main thread. Uh, um, Whenever a async operation is completed, it added to callback queue. Event loop continuously check call stack, and added callback queue item into call stack if it is empty.
That was a solid answer. Let's move on. Why might you choose the context API instead of passing props in React?
Whenever we have to pass flows from parent to child through nested components, it is difficult to manage data or props, and it become difficult to manage data at every level manually. Context API, and it create prop drilling. Context API avoid prop drilling by allowing us to share common data across multiple components without passing props manually at every level. Context API use mm, provider and use context hook for execution.
Great explanation. Now let's move on to the next one. Could you briefly explain the different types of streams in Node.js?
First of all, stream is a JavaScript object. Stream is JavaScript that help us to process our data chunk by chunk instead of load entire data at once. There are mainly four types of stream. First one is readable stream that is used to read, and second one is writable stream that is used to write data. Third one is duplex stream that can perform both tasks, read and write, and it is like a socket. And fourth one is transform. Transform is a special type of duplex stream that can modify data while reading or writing.
That was well summarized. Lastly, could you explain the ACID properties in the context of databases?
ACID properties ensure that database transactions are reliable and maintain data integrity. ACID properties stand for atomicity, consistency, isolation, and durability. Atomicity means all the queries in a transaction are either fully completed or rollback. And consistency means mm, data data always data always present in a valid state before and after transactions. And isolation stands and it means that there are multiple transactions working or executing simultaneously and none of them can interfere in each other transactions. And fourth one is durability. It means that after committing a transactions, data is safe and safe permanently in database.
Well done. That wraps up the questions. Now, give me just a moment, and I'll summarize your overall feedback and score.
Okay, please do.
Absolutely. You handled that well. I'll give you a detailed evaluation right away. Let's break down your strengths and areas to polish up next.
Okay, please give.
All right. Overall, I'd score that about a 7.5 out of 10. Your technical understanding was solid, especially with the event loop and ACID properties. Your communication was clear, though you hesitated a bit initially. Fluency improved as you continued. Confidence is building. Keep practicing your flow, and soon you'll be interview ready.
Thank you.
You're absolutely welcome. Keep up the practice, and you'll refine it even more.